Okay, so there is a new moon in Capricorn tomorrow, which is January the 29th. It's a Mercury day. Um, and this is saying that the sun and the moon are conjunct in Capricorn. Also, Mercury and Pluto are in Capricorn, so everybody's up there hanging out. And then we also have this like Saturn, Venus, Neptune sandwich that's happening. Um, that is happening between Aquarius and Pisces. Um, we also have Jupiter retrograde that square this Saturn Venus thing going on. We have Mars retrograde trine that Saturn, Venus, Neptune sandwich. We also have Venus sextile Uranus retrograde and Mercury sextile Neptune. And I feel like all these things are really given idealism versus reality, like the perfect, like perfection versus progress, and those ideas of like really there is um, nothing perfect because everything is always changing. So what does that look like in reality? Like what does your ideal look like in this reality? Um, and so I thought I would keep it with the theme of song lyrics since I did that for the full moon. And this time we're going to go through a couple of J. Cole songs. The first one is from Land of Snakes. It says, "Nothing's impossible, and all you lame niggas show me what not to do." The next one is from No Role Models. No role models, and I'm here right now. No role models to speak of. Searching through my memory, and I couldn't find one. Um, and then there's a line from Apparently There Is No Right or Wrong, Only This Song. Also, something that came up was something I reposted around the same time last year, and it says, "Tradition is peer pressure from dead people." And I feel like that's what this new moon, all of those together is what this new moon, the first new moon of the year, is bringing in into the year. Basically, like, what have you been doing? What is your perfect world idea? What have you come from? How can you put all of those things together? Um, and create something new in your reality, and something uh, that is receptive, or I don't know what the word I'm trying to say, but it's good for you and the collective. Like it is beneficial for both. Like you are feeding the collective and the collective is feeding you. What do those systems look like? What did that be like in your job, your friendships, your romantic relationships, politics, structures, just all of those things. I feel like on the grand scheme of what does it take to create your reality, what have you been shown, and how can we learn from the mistakes of the past and not keep repeating them because of this idea of tradition, or that's what we're supposed to do. I think 2025, um, or entering 2025 is really like a breaking the limits, pushing the boundaries, especially with all of these like Saturn transits, and Saturn is about to enter Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune, and Saturn and Neptune are going to be together in Pisces. It's giving very much like dissolving boundaries. Things are going to get messy and mixed up, and I'm here for it. But yeah, that is my debrief, I guess, on this new moon. Some things that have been personally coming up for me has been things since this is happening in my eighth house. And then the Saturn things are happening in my ninth and 10th house, and my first and 12th house. I feel like a lot of things that are coming up have been around family and relationships and jobs, career wise. Something that I've really been thinking about a lot is the fact that, like, as a child, I never dreamt of a career. I really only dreamt of having like a family and a community. My goal, I never set like the materialistic goals. That so like now navigating life, and the mindset of like I have to do things for money is an adjustment, but then also figuring out how I can do things and make more money as a collective, where we as a collective work less and make more and share resources. That's something that I thought about a lot in 2024, but also moving into 2025 is more of like a realistic idea of like what is it going to take, one, like who do I have to be to live in that type of life and be in those situations, what qualities do the people around me need to have in order for those things to work, and what structures do we need to build or invest in for it to be self-sustaining, um, and getting more and knowing more about like what is going on collectively in our society, learning more of the small details of how policy is working and the things that are actually affecting us. Like these things were just the government, but now I am able to put faces to specific things, departments to specific things, and break things down so it's not just like this imaginary boogeyman. Like these things have faces and places and names, and I think that is also part of this idealism versus reality. It's given Scooby-Doo, where it's like, oh, these boogeymans, and then mask off and it's just a regular person trying to get over. And I think as a collective, people are realizing that a lot of the hype that we have been sold, a lot of the things were just fool's gold. And we are reevaluating collectively what is valuable to us, what is our people power, and how are we effective in creating the life that we want, or how are we complacent in creating the lives that we don't want, because that's also something that is coming up. Yeah, I think that's it.